when something is wrong with my baby. Something is wrong with me.
So let me ask you something, Deborah. What's his problem?
And maybe your friend would like to fill out a suggestion slip. Tell us how to improve our service.
Back to me, darling, you'll see I can give you all the things with me.
It is only fair to say that all characters have their pros and cons, but to trash on a character while using a janky build leaves a bad taste. Now, the thing about base Haru is that she needs time to scale her damage, and her buff costs are somehow lackluster compared to others, unless you have her at C1, which ups one of her buff cards by 30%, and at C2, which allows you to spam Anchor Shot each and every turn. The selling point of Haru, however, is that she's one of the most, if not the most consistent damage dealers out there. This is primarily because of two reasons. One is that she has the ability to draw cards with her counter, and two is that her skill cards are AP efficient. This includes the Point Epiphany, which gives Anchor Shot a retained tank, meaning she can almost sustain herself in any team, and she could be your main DPS or a sub DPS. So what I'm going to show you today is my most successful team in terms of clearing early to mid game content. So as you can see, in terms of Basin Hyperspace Dimensional Dawn, I've already cleared all stages with all 3 stars. And in terms of Dimensional Twilight, I've cleared up to stage 6 with all 3 stars, and I'm yet to complete stage 7 because I think I need to level up my captain level to 40 just so I could upgrade all my characters. So the first team here for my basin is my Haru team, and it involves Mika and another DPS utility. So for this team, I chose my Beryl C6. She's at C6, and yes, you can use her even at C0. Now, Beryl is a special case of DPS utility. She gives a shit ton of utility by having a pot of feet in her kit, this one. And if you awaken the middle one, the middle Epiphany, this one, at the start of the next turn, draw 2, and then duplicate that, I think you can replace Yugi, right? This is on top of her being able to retain most of her cards, therefore faster deck cycles, and I think she deserves a separate video. Also, my Mika is at C6, so I have more consistent AP because at the start of the battle, I gained 2 waves, so that's an extra AP again. And unfortunately, I didn't get a source of water with retain on my save data, so that sucks, but this would have to do for my team. But for now, let's take a look at my Haru build. Take note how relatively low her save data is compared to my other characters, and yet she has cleared more than half of the content the game has to offer, and I think it's all about building her right and properly comboing her skill cards. So here's the deck. First, I tried to remove as many basic cards as possible. Don't care about the effects. I just need to thin the decks. But as you can see, I only managed to remove 1 basic card. Second, Epiphany choices. When choosing Epiphany, you must have a certain combo or principle in mind. And what I was thinking when building Haru is to make it more AP efficient and more damage consistent. So what do I mean by this? First, with power charge here, I chose the rightmost Epiphany, this one. When you combo, change this card's cost to 1. And to me, this is strong as hell because it allows me to use Lift, Anchor, and charge energy with minimal risk as long as I have an extra AP. And an extra AP is easy with Mika's Wave mechanic without spending my source of water cards. Next is Anchor Counter. There are 3 epiphanies to consider here. The first one, the second one, and the third one. Now, the problem with the first and third ones is that when you don't have the AP, when you are unable to draw any source of water or additional AP, you are fucked. Those two cards are entirely for a different playstyle, which may or may not suit you, but it's the latter's case for me, as I want to be more consistent. So I chose the second one here. It grants retain to your anchor shot, so you can use anchor shot with lift anchor to burst this turn, and then use the pointer last to have your anchor shot ready next turn, so it makes your DPS more consistent. And I'm not a fan of the 4th and 5th Epiphanies because they're only about extra damage, which you could get from other sources. As for the charge energy, I think the best one, is here, the zero cost upgrade to all your cards for the rest of the banner. I think that's super strong. Unfortunately, I didn't get that one, so I stuck with the middle one. And lastly, for Anchor Shot, the first and the second ones here are, I think, the best ones. And if you get Divine or Monster Epiphanies of those effects, then that's GG. And one mistake I did is that I replicated Anchor Shot instead of the pointer, as you can see here in my deck. I realized too late that the original and replicated Anchor Shots do not share stacks with one another, meaning I'll have to stack them separately, and that maneuver will cost you a star in hyperspace if you're not careful. So if I'm to redo my save data, I definitely spam the replicate on the pointer instead. And you just need to be careful of card eating monsters when you only have a single anchor shot. Because once they eat your single anchor shot, you are fucked. But that's why we have Peril to go Rambo on the monster and make him puke all those cards. And as for the equipment, seriously, just use anything that you think will give you extra damage. My Kaizeron was just unlucky, and I don't think this weapon's extra attack damage works unless you get the anchor shot that gives you an additional hit on combo. Also, I do not have a way to inflict vulnerability to targets, so I think this one is useless. And this one is fair enough, but you can get a unique version of this that's obviously better. But I suggest that if the unique equipment is not a deal breaker, then just stick with a yellow one so you could use more save data on your cards, thus a more robust deck. So, in terms of potential, just max these three. Oh, wait, what's happened? Just max those three. As for the memory fragments, just use these two sets. For the four set, 20% critical chance of cards that cost 2 or more. And for the two set, we have 12% attack. What you are looking for is critical chance, critical damage, and justice damage. All right. So without further ado, here's my showcase of the build.
本艦は全力を注ぎ込む。準備できました。元気が出ましたか。行きましょうか。いつでも OK。 高速違反ですよ。行きます。守る攻撃でした。いつでも全力で頑張ります。行きましょうか。高速違反ですよ。さあ相手充電完了だ。見たまえ、これが本艦のフルパワーだ。慎重に確認します。準備できました。広がれ。いつでも OK で高速違反ですよ。新脚に立ちましたか。本艦は待機中だ。さあどうだ。準備できました。本艦は待機中だ。やっさあ本艦が助け力になってみせます。手伝います。行きましょうか。いつでも守ってあげますね。力をためて行きます。行きましょうか。いつでも OK で行きましょう。高速違反ですよ。いつでも OK。 皆さんお静かに行きましょう。いつでも準備できます。役に立ちましたか。本艦は全力を注ぎ込む。さあ行きましょうか。高速違反ですよ。チャージ完了。これからお仕置きですよ。